This is like my, dev diary for this game that I made called CrossGunr as a part of a game jam. I want to give first a huge shout out to Christian from Lazy Devs Academy. Go to the site. Here's the link right here in chat, and I'll put it in the description below in the video. Go to the site. I didn't know anything about Pico 8 programming. I didn't know anything about Pico 8. I saw this link in the Shmup Junkie forum, and I was like, "What is this?" And I've seen Christian, Christian post videos on the channel that are like, "Oh, look at this! Like, I made a shmup in Pico 8." And I'm like, "Oh, that's cool. Whatever. I don't know what Pico 8 even is." So then he posted this link. He said, "I'm gonna start doing a shmup tutorial, like how to make a shmup in Pico 8." And I was like, "Oh, well, I'm not really a dev." And I don't know what Pico 8 is, so why would I have anything to do with anything like this? But really what he did is amazing. It's mind-blowing, actually. So I want to give a huge shout-out to him. He actually has 29, might as well be 30 videos that are like this, where he literally goes, and look at this. This is a blank sheet of paper. There is nothing here, and he is literally doing full-on from 0 to 60 of how to make a shmup in the Pico 8, and it's incredible. I followed most of it. I'm a very stubborn and annoying student. I did terrible in school, so I followed parts of it, and then I veered off immediately, and we're going to talk about a little bit about that, and we're going to go through some of my dev journey. I'm going to show you some of the clips of the early game. I'm going to show you, I have the Pico 8 up. I can show you some code if need be, but then after that, we're going to quickly go to this weekend. So a lot of people decided they wanted to play my game. I don't know. It's probably because I have a really big mouth, but they were playing it. They're having a pretty good time. Many recorded videos of the game. I have a lot of those videos here. We're gonna watch those videos. We're gonna watch those runs. We're gonna talk about. I will comment on them. I'll probably see stuff I haven't seen before on some of the high scores. The leaderboard is something that I manually update. So if your score isn't up there, just like I don't know, like put your screenshot into itch. Like go into itch and just put your screenshot as a comment below itch, and then I can definitely see it, and I'll put it on the leaderboard. If you don't follow me on Discord or whatever, but you can go to octanedev.itch.io/CrossGunr to see the current leaderboards. The scores that people are getting are absolutely insane, and I have the highest score. I have the video of the highest score here, ready to look at. Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, what's up, Otto? And everybody, but it's all good. This isn't the end of the line. The game will keep going. People will hopefully keep playing it. One of the things I just wanted to say that's really interesting is that, and I'll go through how long it took me to make the game and stuff like that, but it was an obsession for me. Like, once I started to get into coding and you get into some of these tutorials, and he's talking about controls, then he's talking about shooting, and it's like, you don't have, at first you have nothing, right? You just have like a ship. You have something very similar to this. You have a ship sprite, and maybe you have this. This is actually pretty late. This is I'll call this day 2. This is day 2 for me, where I had a ship sprite, and I was able to make it turn left and right, and I was able to have some controls and have some muzzle flash. This was like the first day I was just like, sprite art. What the hell is sprite art? So I'm like trying to create sprite art in the Pico 8, and the way it works in the Pico 8 is these sprites are. It's a little bit bigger. This sprite right here is an 8x8. It's a small sprite. It's very small. So, I'm like, all right, I got to make a ship sprite. So, it literally goes from 0 to 60. So this is day 2. I have made my ship sprite now. I kind of want to do this blue ship, sort of like X-Wing-ish. And I have these little, like, potentially little options that are floating in front of the ship. And I have this muzzle flash. I hate the way that I hate this, which is shooting bullets. I started to think about the star field that Christian has us create. So this the star field itself was created with his code, but I wanted, where's the actual video? Where's the one I'm looking for? Is this the one? Hold on, sorry. I want to make sure it's the one I'm looking for. But anyways, the star field was created using Christian's code, but I wanted something a little bit more, so I made the stars scroll a little bit. And so now I'm like, I have a ship, I have a sprite, I'm scrolling stars, left and right, and then if I, and then I started going, oh, well, what about parallax? Like, I don't want just the stars to just keep scrolling. I want like just the stars in the front to move. And then so I started to put code in for, so there's 3 kinds of stars here. There's very small ones in the back, there's like baby ones in the middle that are kind of like a gray, and there's like white ones in the front. Now, keep in mind, Pico 8, 16 colors. There's only 16 colors. That includes black. So there's basically 15 colors. If you take white out, there's basically 14 colors in the Pico 8. It's a 128 by 128 pixel screen, so you have some limitations. So I'm like, this is okay, but not exactly what I want. And then I start to do this kind of stuff where I'm like, all right, you know what? Stars in the front that are close to the ship should be moving very fast. Stars that are kind of like in the middle should be moving a little slower, and stars that are super far away don't move at all, right? You go out at night, you look up, stars, they're not really moving, right? Because they're very far away, but a plane is moving because it's closer. So I kind of landed on this effect, which gives a bit of a 3D depth. Did I end up using this in the game? Yes. Did it do anything to the game? Probably not. Probably no one even noticed that this is the result of day 2 of programming in this game. So I'm like, all right, I have this like big giant 2 missile shot. And I'm like, whatever, it works, right? All right, day 3. So there's a lot going on here now in day 3. I started to like throw some enemies in here. So I have these little bat guys. These did end up making it into the game, but you can see immediately that the shot has changed because I was like, you know what? Who wants to play shmups with a pea shooter? Nobody wants to do that. That's not fun. And as a lesson to all you devs out there, if you can avoid it, maybe get rid of your pea shooter and do something a little more exciting. Do something a little more interesting. So I ended up putting this like very simple cave, like your basic spread shot. 2 in the middle, 2 in the outside, boom. Let's see, what did I do after that? Right. So you know what this is? This is me messing around with the exhaust. Like you see the exhaust right there. You've got. All right. So I wanted the ship's exhaust to be based on the movement. Like so, I wanted it to be like. Oh, it flickers when you're moving, and it goes boom when you're going up. My wife was like, she walked into my game, she's like, the exhaust should like blow out the back when you're going up. And so I was like, oh, okay. So then I put in specific code and specific sprites for the ship exhaust to do that. Yep, and then I was tuning the ship exhaust and sort of having it sputter and tune out and stuff like that. And so now, this is actually a big deal. So what's happened here, you can barely see because GIFs don't actually have, I think GIFs are like 33 frames per second, but at some point in the forum, huge shout-outs to Alter Howdigan and Clockwork Bard and others in the Shmup Junkie indie development forum who are like, wait a minute, we have been doing all of this in 30 frames per second. What are we doing? Why are we doing this? Shmups should not be 30 frames per second, and it's a fact. Like, you don't want a 30 frames per second. Look for a 30 frames per second shmup. There are 3 of them, and there's a reason for that. Shmups are a genre about precision. They're a genre about speed. They're a genre about, fast movements and reactions. You can't have that be 30 frames per second. So you can immediately see my shot is now way different looking at 60 frames per second. That's what I recall this happening. Now I've put in the box field. And so now I'm just kind of testing out like collisions and my shot and how wide it is. It's really hard to see how wide your shot really is. You also see that I have like a little sine wave on the shot, like just something to give it a little wave. Okay, so now I'm starting to test Pico limitations. I'm like, all right, what if I put 1 trillion enemies on the screen? Will Pico just because it's like supposed to be an 8-bit console, will it literally just explode and die? You can also see the shot has changed color to like a gray. But it's also still these little tiny missiles, which we'll get to a little later. I think this gets really crunchy. Yeah, this is getting pretty crunchy now. I've got like 1,000 enemies in here, but Pico's handling it pretty well. I'm like messing around with point blanking and stuff like that. All right, look at that. So what's happened here? A big change has happened here. What I learned in Pico is that there is built-in auto fire. So like Pico, like if you hold a button down in Pico, it'll automatically do, I think it's like 15 hertz auto fire on the button. Like if you hold it down, Pico will be like, why are you holding this down? And it will basically, especially if you don't use you use the button function, not the button press function, it'll be like, holy shit, like you're holding it down. So I was like, oh, well, how do you change this? There's actually a function in Pico I was able to go and change the auto fire to like 60 hertz. I'm pretty sure this is 60 hertz auto. Like, look at this. It looks crazy. It looks like almost a beam. And so I had this 60 hertz auto going. I was like, whoa, that's wild. And so I think, yeah, look at this. I'm just messing around with like 60 hertz and 60 frames per second and stuff like that. So that's kind of where I left it at, I think, on that's day 3. So all I have is a ship, some boxes, auto fire. Day 4. So now I'm starting to figure out, oh, right. So what I stole here, I just cribbed it. I stole the shit out of it. So Christian in his tutorial has this amazing procedural way of creating explosions. And I was like, oh shit, let me throw the explosions in the game. And so I started to do sprite layering. You know, explosions got to be below the boxes, and explosions have to be, you know, fun. And I started to see, you can see Pico 8 sort of starting to struggle now against all its explosions and particle effects and all the calculations. But I just wanted to like blow up some boxes, you know? Is that too much to ask? Now I'm doing hit sparks. So I'm like, all right, I want to make sure that there is some effect when you're hitting stuff but not killing stuff. I think that's super important. You know, so because you want some feedback back to the player that you are like actually hitting something. Now, actually, you know, initially, and I don't think I have the video for this. Initially, I made these boxes flash, and we'll kind of get back to that here in a second. So more hit sparks, less hit sparks, messing around now, hit sparks with explosions, and I was like, all right, this looks pretty cool. But you notice something's happening here. Even with my crazy 60 hertz shot, I am barely making it through. Like, I'm literally about to die. I'm about to get like explosion. I'm about to get like boxed in by these like Caravan boxes here. And so I started to think, okay, maybe these boxes have too much health points, or something needs to be done here eventually. Oh, this is just messing around with massive sparks. Why not? You know, the thing about game dev, what you really have to do is experiment, you know, like make things big. Like shmups are about big fucking, you know, like massive explosions, big sparks, like make it bombastic. So I'm like, all right, I want to make these sparks huge. Like, why not? I ended up keeping that, but it was pretty cool. So now I'm spacing the boxes out a little bit more, and trying to like get a feel for the DPS, tap the button. I'm still on that 60 hertz auto though. You see how fast that shot's coming out? I mean, that's like hit scan almost. The thing's massive. Oh, this is the start of something. Okay. So what have I done here? So at this point, at this point in the tutorial, Christian had not talked about bullets. He hadn't talked about enemies firing. He hadn't talked about anything. I was like, why don't I just keep it simple? I'm just going to have the green boxes fire a straight suicide shot. Suicide bullet that goes straight down. And just experiment. Well, what's that gonna be like? You know, I want to have some hazards, right? I want to see what that's like. You know, in a lot of Caravan shmups. So, like, I guess, you know, I started to think at this point with the boxes. I'm thinking I'm gonna make a Caravan shmup. You know, so what is a Caravan shmup? Soldier Blade, Final Soldier. You know, that series of games. You know, Rekka. These games had these 2-minute, Koryun has a 2-minute, 3-minute, 5-minute modes, and Caravan boxes were a part of it. They're just like little scoring boxes where, you know, the mode is really short and you're supposed to replay it. It shouldn't be that hard to survive. You should be able to get through it and then just replay it for score. Keep looking for secrets and bonuses. And I thought to myself, well, I'm going to make a bullet hell Caravan. So it's not going to quite feel the same as your typical Caravan shmup, but it is going to have like, you know, is it going to be scoring focus? Is it going to be small? I landed on like 90 seconds. I was like, can I make a 90-second game? No idea, right? But this is kind of where I'm starting to land here. Let's see. I think I made the shot wider. Yeah, it looks like I'm messing around with the width of the shot. I'm trying to see like, oh, and look, the bullets have changed. The bullets are now, my wife calls these roses. The bullets are now roses. They're big pink roses. At this point in time, the bullets have so there's no collisions, by the way. Like, it looks like I'm doing some really serious dodging, but I'm not doing jack shit. I'm just trying to, like, get a feel for the game. There's no collisions, but I'm just trying to get a feel. Look how wide the shot is now all of a sudden. So I'm just, like, experimenting with the width of the shot. I'm like, I wonder how big, oh, did I go too far? No, it's all good. So I'm trying to see. I wonder how big the shot should be. Like, look how wide it is now. You know. So I'm messing around with that. Look at that. I mean, that's covering like the whole third of the screen. So this is kind of like the initial shot type for the game, you know? This was like how the game was for quite some time. And I'm messing around with bullets. I think I'm back to the beginning here. No, I'm not. Okay, this is a big deal. All right, wait. Let's go back. Let me see if... Wait. Stuff has happened. Hold on, stuff has happened. So, at this point, I've decided... See that EX bar? At this point, I decided what I wanted my EX shot to do. With these boxes and these suicide bullets, I was like, well, you know what would be really nice is if I could throw a bomb out there to erase these bullets to make my life a little easier and to have some fun with them. So this is where I started to, let me see if there's EX in this one. This is where I started, nope, not yet. This might be the first one. Let's see. Yep. Okay, this is me testing if, like, the game just has a save spot. Like, okay, there's a save spot. So there's that. I think this might be the first one then. Huge sparks. Massive explosion, and Pico's dying. So this is the very first iteration of the EX attack, which I have the bar in place. As you can see, the boxes are going over the bar. And I used 3 circles. This took me forever. This was like the big achievement this day, I remember, because it took me like forever to code this because I have like 3 circles, but they have to correctly hit things on the way out. And you can see the Pico super struggling under all the explosions and all the particle effects and stuff. It's like bananagrams. But like, look at it. It's going like 1 frame a second. But calculating collisions for a circle was something like that took math. And I remember like, I literally remember this, like let me show you guys something. I remember doing this. Look at this horse shit. Look at this crap, right? Like, I'm sitting here going like, how the hell do you create something that's low rent? Because I'm doing a game for a game jam. I'm not a dev. I'm not a dev. Like, I wasn't a dev, you know? I'll say I'm a dev now, you know, I'll be honest with myself. But, like, I'm thinking, like, all right, do you, like, you know, do some math? Do you make triangles? Do you try to, like, because all this has to be done in the Pico using math. Like, there's no, like, collision engine. There's no, like, oh, circle box, square box, okay, they collide. If collision, yes, no. No, you're, like, programming the collisions into the game. Like, you have to say, if this corner of this box overlaps this, you know, this, then so on and so forth. So, in any case, that was the first EX. I was super proud of that. I distinctly remember it. Let me make sure here. So we're on this is day 4. Let's see where I landed in on day 4. So I think I made the EX a little bit. Oh yeah, it's just dying. Oh, okay. Do you see what's happening here? Okay. A lot of things are happening here, actually. So let me just go back. So one thing to note here is that when I pop the EX, you see how it's following the ship? That's really important. So that's where I landed at the end of day 4. So now we're getting into day 5. So day 5... Now, lots has happened, but this isn't the correct sorting. Hold on, let me sort it by date. There we go. All right, I was like, all right, spoilers, great. We'll just get into stuff that hasn't happened yet. All right, so this is me messing around with the EX attack. Now look what I'm doing. It's like a melee attack. It's like I thought maybe at the beginning I would have 2 different kinds of EX attacks. I would have this, which is like, it's a small circle, and then you go around boxing stuff with it. Like, you're like, bah, bah, bah. You still gotta fucking get the bullets, you know, but you're like, you know, you're just like gonna like, you know, it's like a short range boxing, you know, sort of like a melee attack almost. And then of course there is the deploy. See this? This is what happens when your friends are playing Chaos Field and or Space Moth Lunar. And you're like, oh, I want to play Space Moth Lunar. So then you can just drop the EX there and just let it kill stuff, right? This is like, you know, this is the fun part about deving stuff, right? Like, just play around, drop that there, see what happens. This is kind of why I enjoyed this project so much. All right, so we're still on day 5 here. There it is. I think that's it. I don't think that this changed literally from here. I think this was the final EX. And I remember showing this GIF off because I was just so proud of how this looked. Like, I was like, wow, this... Shit, guys, this looks kind of based. Like, you know, this looks crunchy. Like, this is turning into something. Like, I was getting really excited. Oh, look what I've done here. I had this idea for a while, but you notice something very important here. Finally, I turned the bullets into metals. Look at that. That's the early metals. They were just gold like that. So this was when the concept of the game became born, that I really wanted to use this attack to cancel bullets into metals. Let's see. Yep, there they go. They're canceling, all right. You know, they're canceling. They be meddling. Of course, that's not really that exciting. So now I'm writing code for the metals to get sucked into the ship because I'm like, well, you know, can't just have them lying around. That's not fun. Again, when you're making a shmup, like, don't ignore all the advances in the genre over the last 30 years. Like, I mean, if you really want the player to chase down metals, that's fine. That's fine. Make it a part of your design. But I didn't want that. I want players to have fun. I want those metals to come swinging at you so you don't have to worry about it. So you can focus on dodging and shooting and having a good time and not fucking, you know, play crazy bananagrams. Another thing that you notice here is notice how the ship glows when the EX is ready, and notice how I've implemented the EX ready in the top right. Now, this, I wasn't very happy with this because I'm like, you still can't see it. Like, I bet you guys didn't even notice, like, when EX is ready. Like, you see how the ship is flashing there? I bet nobody in the chat noticed. It's not noticed. Like, to me, it's like, wow, the ship is flashing. No one's looking at that shit, dude. You can't, you have to, like, play test, and you have to, like, think about things, and that just wasn't enough. All right, so let's see what I did now. Now, not only do the metals swing at the ship, they collide with the ship. One thing I also want to notice is that at this point in the game, I still haven't done any bullet collisions. Like, I still haven't thought about enemies or anything like that. I'm just playing around with mechanics. So now the enemies, or the metals get into the ship, and they get corrected up. What did I do here? This is actually super important. What is the difference between this, right, getting sucked up, right, and this? Big difference. Huge, monumental difference. Monumental difference. That pause before the metals get sucked up, you see how that changed the entire feel? Like, you see how that, like, you guys feel that, right? You feel that. Please tell me you're feeling that. Metal feel is so important, for bullet hell especially. So now I have them floating up a little bit before they come down, which was, I gotta give credit to M. Night and Chinopolis. Both gave me this feedback on the metals. They were like, look, dude, that's not good feel. Like, you gotta have good metal feel, you know? It's super important. So now they're floating upwards a little bit before they come down. Super important. I think I increased the speed on this one, but I could be wrong. It's been many days, so yep. So now I just increased the speed because you don't want them coming down too slow, because otherwise, you know, you can outrun them and all that kind of stuff. So I'm dodging. So literally all I've made is a box game where the bullets come down exactly straight, and you can EX and turn bullets into metals. That's what I've made, and it's got a wide shot. There you go. I think this is the final on the metal feel. Oh, wait a minute. No. There's all kinds of shit that has changed here. Okay, so between this screen and the next screen, there's a big change. So I wanted my game to have metal chaining, but I didn't want to do it like classic shmups metal chaining, where it's like you have to, if you drop a metal off the screen, you get back to 0, because that's like restrictive and annoying, and I just don't think it's that fun. It's okay, but it's not amazing. So what I wanted to do is I wanted the player, you see that ×1, ×2, I wanted the player to use that EX attack a lot. I didn't want them to save it. I wanted them to use it. So I'm like, how am I going to make the player use this attack? They're just going to save it until they're in trouble. Well, the only way to get medals is to get into the EX attack and use it. So I'm like, I'm going to force them, if they want to score, I'm going to force them to use this attack, and I'm going to encourage them and reward them by changing the medals from bronze to silver to gold for using this attack often, over and over. I want them to use this shit constantly. It's going to refill. I just want them to use it. I don't want them to feel like they have to hoard it. Right? So now I'm implementing the actual medals themselves and color coding them. So you got bronze medals here. So right there, they changed from bronze all the way to gold. So now you got gold medals here. Shout outs to my wife. Huge shout outs. She saw my gold medal initially. The ones you guys saw with like the gold, it just looked like a Ankh. And she was like, that looks like shit. You have to fix it. So she's like, put a ribbon underneath the medal. And so we have the ribbons. Now we have the different colors. I think they look a lot better. The bullets are still flowers. But yeah, so now we got like the medal chaining system sort of taking place. Now we also have a UI sort of taking place at the top. So I know that I want the player to keep track of medals. I know I want the player to keep track of EX. Don't worry about these debugs. And that shot is still, look how big that shot still is. Hasn't changed. Hasn't changed. I think I changed the DPS a little bit. Oh, I might have added collisions here. I could be wrong, though. I'm still playing with the EX. And this was the result of that day. So a couple different things have changed. My ship now glows gold when in EX. I thought maybe that might be one way, like the solid gold. And that did technically end up making it into the game, but we'll talk about that later. So that's the end of day 5. Don't worry, there's not that many days left. You guys are probably like, I'm bored. I want to see the fucking leaderboards. Yeah, you will get there. We're going to get there. Hold on. Why are these not sorted by date? Come on, guys. Okay, there we go. Look what's happening here. Oh my God, what was I doing? So, what I was doing here was you remember that gold? I didn't like that gold. Oh, thanks a lot, Alter. I appreciate that, by the way. Yeah, no, and it's fine. Game feel is something that you can play with. You can make better, even with subtle tweaks. So here I'm trying to like that gold ship that was glowing. I didn't think that was enough. So what I'm trying to do is create some effect around the ship to let players know that they're in EX. So this is me messing around with drawing ovals and changing their size. You guys see where this is going. Look at that. There's some Pico code. We're getting there. We are getting there. So this is day 6. I think I spent the entire day doing this. The entire day creating this big, I want the player to know that they are in EX. I want it to say ready. I want the ship to glow. I want the fucking audio chime. I want everything to show the players that they are in EX. So I am focusing very heavily on this. And now I'm making sure that, there we go. So this is basically what I ended up with the final game. You see it's off center. It's not correctly centered, but I'm not worried about that. It's like I can fix that later, right? But this is basically the end of the EX. This day was basically spent making this EX oval thing that honestly took a long-ass time. Coding is crazy. So I think this is the... Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Hold on. I think I started to add collisions finally. So now I'm like, I gotta, yep, there we go. Okay. So now I'm like, all right, it's time. I gotta have collisions. So what does having collisions in your game actually mean? It means you are going to now start hurting the player. So I'm thinking, what does that actually mean, right? How do I want the player to deal with this? Again, I'm a hipster piece of shit, so I was like, hey, you know what? I don't want to deal with genre conventions. With the EX attack, I don't want them to stock it or hoard it. With lives, I want it to be the same thing. I don't want to have lives in my game at all. Lives is an unnecessary thing. I'm like, you know what? Lives, not necessary. It's a trope. It's not needed. So I started to think, if you're going to damage the player, give them a chance to recover. And how are you going to do that? I have this little repair item that I built to do this. I also started to add rudimentary score, to the game. So the game's kind of starting to take shape here, but basically I'm like trying to figure out how to punish the player, which is a very carefully done thing. Also notice, as soon as you get hit, you can't shoot anymore. No shooting until you get the repair. So I am now dealing with forces that are very, very powerful, and you have to be very careful with this, right? And so what I'm doing here, what I'm messing around with here, is that if you have EX and you get hit, the way I figure it is, oh, players can use that to get to that repair. So you can't shoot, which really sucks, but that repair's coming down, and if you were smart enough, survival-wise, to hold on to an EX, you'll be able to get that repair. This didn't end up working for the game, and I'll explain why. Because I'm just being way too punishing to the player. I'm like not letting the players shoot. I'm like restricting their abilities. I'm like putting survival as a really like deep part of the game in a way that is way too restrictive, and that's gonna get eventually lifted. I'm just working on effects. Hey, how does the player know they're in danger? Well, break the ship apart and have some cool effects, and then now they get repaired. Okay, cool, and then the repairs come down super fast. So I'm just like testing the repair system. This is the culmination, I think, of this day. Day 6, I have collisions. That's day 6. All right. Day 7. We are now 1 week in, and I am playing around with... This seems really late for day 7, but yeah, I guess I'm playing around with ending screens. I'm playing around with... this seems... yeah, okay. Right. So basically, I'm thinking, all right, I kind of have the middle part of the game, and now I need to figure out the start and end screens. So now I started to put in the start and end screens, which in Pico 8 is a thing. You have to like change game states and stuff like that. But you see this cool star effect? I spent way too much time on this star effect, and it's like barely in the game, this like pew star effect. But yeah, I'm working on kind of turning the idea into a game. It's kind of not a game yet, right? It's just like barely a tech demo. Now I'm playing around with the EX. Let's see. I'm playing around with this intro of like, hey, I want the intro to be like really cool and like dramatic. I want it to be like, pew, you're in hyperspace and you drop out, and just spending time on semi-unimportant stuff. I'm like tuning some of the particle effects. Still have this wide shot. Let's see. Where are we at? What did we do? Game over. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I gotta get a game over here. What what's funny? I'll give you guys a little secret. In the game over screen, if you die and you don't restart, you can move the fireball of the ship around. Did you know that? Let's say you die and you don't restart, use the arrow keys, you can actually move the wreckage of the ship around the screen. I left that in the game as an Easter egg, so if you play the game, mess around with that. Actually, what's even funnier is I'm pretty sure that explosion still exists even if you complete your missions. It's just way far away. So I'm pretty sure you can bring it back into the game over screen. So I don't know. I like interactive game over screens, so that's something that I decided to make. Don't mind me. I'm just turning my game into a game. This original screen used to say sortie over, and my wife was like, what's a sortie? And I was like, I guess you're right. What is a sortie? Like, I know what a sortie is, but you don't know what a sortie is. Fuck me. You guys never knew that, huh? You know what's funny? Borderline says he never knew that. I'm pretty sure Borderline's put like 15 hours into the game over this weekend. So I like the fact that the Easter egg remained a little bit hidden for a little while. But yeah, I'm just messing around trying to like turn the game into a game. So that was day 7, was beginning screens, end screens, game overs. If you get in danger and you get hit again, you don't get that repair, you get hit again, you're iced, dude. You're out of there. Day 8. This is like probably the most important day in... So, all right. What is this? Day 8. Okay, cool. This is very, very big deal. Huge changes have been made. Massive, massive changes have been made. So I had a long think after the previous day, and I thought to myself, this game is way too Dodonpachi. Like, that wide shot, it's been done. It's been done by so many games. It's like it's really satisfying. It's really easy. It's good. It's fun. There's nothing wrong with it. It's like vanilla ice cream. You can't say vanilla ice cream is bad. You legit can't. But it is very vanilla. So I had this in the works for a while. This is when I started to experiment with the actual mechanic of my game and what changed the entire development of the game going forward, and that is the CrossGUNS. Hence CrossGunr, etc. The game at this point in time, I believe, was known as Crossfire. Yep, 90s commercial. Just play it in your head. Just play it in your head. Just play the music. Here, I'll wait. Crossfire. Just play it. Just go ahead. You know you want to. That's awesome. But yeah, I changed the bullets into these like rotating orbs, 'cause I didn't really like the flowers. And I implement the CrossGUNS. Pretty big deal. Pretty important day. So you can see at first, well, actually one more thing I should mention. So you remember those bullets, the little like orange bullets that I was shooting out? I didn't like them. Not chunky enough. Make bullets in your shmup big and chunky. So I changed it to these blue bullets. These blue bullets I think look a lot better. They're bigger. They evoke the hit sparks. They're chunky. Super important. Obviously you can see the Crossfire bullets are incorrectly angled. So I created a new sprite for those. And so now you have the actual Crossfire gun. This is day what? 8? Yeah, this is day 8. So, you know, so now I'm messing around with it. So you can already see here my hitbox detection is totally whacked. Like you can see the guns are hitting like early and like not in the right time, but you know, the game's starting to take shape. And now I'm repairing, you know, I'm putting like damage effects on the, you know, on the CrossGUNS and popping off EXs, popping off repairs, just playing around. Changing bullet colors. Oh God. You know, cave bullets, they're pink. I thought maybe I'll throw a little blue on there. I don't know. I don't like these bullets in hindsight. They're bright, but they blend too much. They blend too much. Huh, more bullet colors. I think I might have spent all day on bullet colors. Just some like more testing of like slowdown and stuff like that. Oh, right. So this is something I did that's kind of interesting. So early on, because these bullet colors kept blending in with the stupid explosions, and I was getting kind of annoyed by it. So what I did was I actually created a outline, like a very dark blue outline around the bullets. So you see on top of the explosions how the bullets are very clear. That I ended up killing that later because I didn't like the way it looked. It looked like Paper Mario. I don't know how I feel about that. No shade to Paper Mario, but it just looked like a sticker. I don't want it to look like a sticker, but it helped visibility-wise. This is the first iteration of the power-up shot. I call this a lawnmower. This did not make it into the game, but it's hilarious. This did make it into the game, and those who have played the game will be able to sort of see. And this is it's not quite, it doesn't quite work like, it sort of works like this, but I made some updates to it. But this is like, you know, this is me, you know, a lot of shmup devs are like, oh, cool, this is my shot, you know? All right, now I'm going to start building enemies. And to me, I'm like, no, I want more power. I want more shot. This is not enough shot. Give me more shot. I also changed the hertz of the bullets. At this point, I've changed them down, I think, to 20 hertz. Maybe even 15 hertz, because they were going too fast and they weren't crunchy enough. You couldn't feel them hitting things. They were just flying off the screen almost hit scan wise. But yeah, it's a funky looking shot. Now I'm testing it out. I'm messing around. I'm dodging, you know. Messing around with the triangle shot. Yep. Messing around with the intro. And that was day 8. So day 8, CrossGUNS were born, basically. You know, basically. All right, bullets are back to red, and they still have the sticker. And I believe now I'm messing around with like, I'm actually trying to dodge things, and I'm messing around with the hitboxes themselves and trying to like work on a little bit of level design. I wanted to make sure, so it's really important in your shmup when you make your shmup. Like, please do this, please. I beg you, if you're a shmup dev and you're listening to me, please do this. Make it so every enemy can be killed. Like, make it so every box can be killed. You know, don't and see, I'm doing collision detection, you know, testing there, but don't Don't make like the first wave of enemies so strong that like your initial shot can't take them out and like one has to fly by off. No matter how hard you try, one enemy has to escape alive. Don't do that. It makes for a bad feel. Just don't do it. Because people are going to just keep playing the game over and over again trying to get that one guy to die, and if it can't, that's not fun. So I'm just messing around with hitboxes. I drew a little logo. Hey, I drew a little logo, working on a little intro. So this is where the lore of the story started, like the lore of the game started to actually take shape. So my point was, at the very beginning, you're already damaged because you are flying away from from like the explosion of your carrier ship, and you're the last guy alive, and you're gonna go and you're gonna take revenge. And you can see this here. I wanted a repair animation that showed, and this took a very, very long time to do. I had to learn like 3 new skills for this, to have that line come down and actually like draw this second sprite of the ship over the first ship. You wouldn't believe how long this took. It was super annoying. So this is like the first repair animation. This intro stayed for a long time. I had to make it a lot shorter for the final game. Yeah, now I'm like messing around with the intro. You can see there's a lot of slowdown too. Ah, Phil P. So, you know, I was trying to like mess around with different textures and stuff. I thought, oh, make the repair bubble kind of clear. I hate this. This looks like crap. So I messed around with that. I didn't like it. I killed all that stuff. Oh, this is where I made the line shiny. I think that's kind of cool. I think I kept that. I also made the options repair, which is really important, the side guns. This is the old dark black repair, which I don't hate that one, but, you know, my wife came around and she's like, black is not a color of rejuvenation. Like, keep it blue. You know, keep it blue. So that's the end of day 9. Mostly intro and repair animation, stuff like that. All right, so now... Look what's happening here. I was like, man, these straight boxes are getting very easy to shoot. So I put more boxes, and I made them wiggle. Oh, that's all I did. I just sine waved them. I just made them wiggle. This is just so I can test out my hitbox and the feel of the game by dodging through bullets. Like, I'm just, like, giving myself stuff to... It's like, you know, it's like building yourself a training facility. It's not a game yet, but it's, you know, you're just trying to, like, make sure that, look what's happening here. Uh-huh. Hitbox issues. So there's a big change that happened right here. Pretty big change. I changed. So the right here, the bullets are a 2x2 hitbox, and the ship is also a 2x2 hitbox, and it would not work. Something about 2x2 hitboxes and Pico. There's some math behind it. I don't want to get into it, but it wouldn't work. So henceforth, the bullets. Look at that. Now, you probably recognize these bullets. Oh, shit, what just happened? I didn't lose anything, did I? I'm going to go back. There we go. So you can probably recognize these bullets because these are I believe these are the final bullets that are in the game. The bullets actually got bigger. The bullets became 4x4. The ship stayed 2x2, but the bullets became 4x4. They're much bigger. I'm testing collisions. I'm messing around. Probably not working. You know, at this point, what I'm probably doing, every GIF that you see by is something that I posted someplace on the indie development forum, and Alter and Clockwork Bard and these other guys were trying to help me make it work. This is the game, the big explosion. My wife was like, when you die, the explosion's like not that satisfying. Right? So I made a big poof. Made a big poof. And then repair. I implemented the repair animation within the game. Oh no, boom. First enemy, these bats. What's funny here is, well, one, I'm not getting hit. But what's funny here is not the bats or their bullet patterns or anything like that. The bats are actually shooting straight shots. What I'm actually testing here is all kinds of things. I'm testing, like, these bats are super far up. I'm testing, like making sure people keep firing. There's all kinds of stuff I'm starting to test, but, uh-oh. That was a bad GIF for whatever reason. There we go. This was, like, the first, like, me testing, like, again, I'm just testing like hitbox feel, right? Can I weave my way through this? It's hard, but you can. Remember those enemies I put? There was enemies where they've been there for a long time. Oh yeah, now I'm testing the juice factor. You know, it's funny, no slowdown here, look at that. But yeah, I'm basically like just having fun with my mechanics and the amount of bullets I can throw on screen. And now I implemented collisions on those enemies. They didn't have collisions before. So now I'm like taking a few of them out. And this is really important, right? Because I'm not just testing enemy collisions and stuff like that. I am testing the cross guns. So see what you can do right there. Once you kill the first set of enemies, you're good. Like, dude, you don't have to play. You do not have to play. The other guys aren't going to hit you. Like, you can just use the side guns. You don't have to play at all. Important shmup thing, which is called sealing. And basically, it's a fairness thing that was in pretty early 80s shmups and stuff like that. I think Total Plan had it at first. Where if you get really close to an enemy, they don't point blank you and shoot you in the face. So you see I'm getting close to these bats and they're not shooting anymore. This isn't the game. It's just not that big. But it's in the game. And it's really important. It's really important for fairness. It's really important to make the player feel like every death was their fault. Also, there's a glitch in my exhaust. You can see I have one accidental sprite issue, and that's like pulling in the wrong bullet. Oops. But yeah, sealing is important because you just want to make you don't want like an enemy to roll up to the player and in an unreactable distance shoot him in the face. Like, that's not fun. Nothing about that's fun. That's just stupid. So, you know, and I also vowed by this point that I would not have enemy collisions in my game. I wanted bullets to be the only thing that can kill you. If you run into an enemy, you won't die. And that's still true today. You can run into as many enemies as you want. You won't die. You won't even be hurt. So bullet fairness, you know, I think is super important. It's important to me. It's important to bullet health. So now I'm messing around with sealing. Now I'm messing around with bullet patterns. This is my first pattern. This is the first pattern I ever made. I started making the bullets do this weird RNG swivel. Looks like garbage. But hey, it's something to dodge. It's something to dodge. This is me doing collision detection and getting really mad. That's not working. But yeah, this is why the bullets got changed to 4x4s. This is like the proof in the pudding that collision detection was not working, and I had to basically flip it. So that's day 10. Day 11. We're getting really close. We're like getting super close here. Day 11, like I said, now I'm working on bullet patterns and new enemies. So this guy fires this really beautiful bullet heli pattern. However, this pattern is based on this time function. So when the game slows down, this pattern would change. And so it would it was really inconsistent and weird. And this is getting to the first part where I actually released a playable demo. This guy was in the playable demo of the game that I released to people. And you know what's funny about this guy? This pattern is really easy to dodge. It looks like a mess, but it's really, really easy to dodge. Somebody told me, I think Boghog said this once. You want to make things on screen look really menacing and threatening, but not really be that hard to deal with. Like, it's like, think about Dark Souls, right? You have a massive boss, right? It should be able to level the ground that you're on. It should be able to destroy your whole village. But all you have to do to not get hit by the massive boss is a dodge roll, right? It's a dodge roll. So it's, you know, messing around with patterns. Look at this. This is what would happen if the pattern was off center, based on the timing of the game. So it made the pattern completely crap. All right. So here I started to implement hit stop, if I remember correctly, because I like, it's like the player would die, but they wouldn't know if they were like dying. So I started to implement some hit stop in the game. So if you got hit, you see that? This is still in the game. If you got hit, the game stops for a second, and you and the screen points out where your ship is to draw your eye to it. Excuse me. And you know, and you stop. And you stop. And like, you know, it's like, hey, you're in danger. Next hit, you're going to die. I also implemented the UI. You can see at the top, but you can also see that I changed the UI to red when you get hit. Just, I'm trying to like, you have to use every facility that you have to tell the player something is happening. Like use sound, use visuals, use everything, you know? Use everything. The other thing is I didn't want to do screen shake. I'm like a contrarian, I guess. I didn't want to do screen shake. I didn't want to do iframes. I didn't want to do a wide shot. So instead of screen shake, I decided to do this hit stop. That's where I landed. That's day 11. And what I did at the end of day 11 is I sent a playable demo to a handful of people, and this was the final boss of the demo, the Skull Wing. And I sent it, and I went on vacation for like a few days. And I was like, let's see. Oh yeah, this is a Scoushish Shmup. Nice. Which we'll get to. So what's happening here? I'm just testing Pico limitations. But also, it's important because when you're at the top of the screen like that, when enemies can't collide with you and all the bullets are fired downwards, you can't die. Oh, this is a glitch. How cool is this glitch, by the way? I call this glitch the Chimera. I almost wanted to put it in the game. Like, imagine an enemy shooting sprites at you that keep changing and turning into your sprite and other sprites. I think that's kind of awesome. Those mirrors, they're not actually mirrors. The mirrors looking things in the game, they're the straight shot that I end up putting in later. But I was kind of planning for a different... I wanted at least one more bullet sprite. Yo, check this out. Yo, you guys want bullet speeds? So this is me testing to make sure that aimed bullets are perfectly aimed. So if an aimed bullet's perfectly aimed, as long as you're moving, it can't hit you, right? I mean, relatively speaking, 270 degrees or whatever of movement, it's not going to hit you. Look how fast these bullets are. Going all psycho on it. I thought maybe about keeping them here, but the idea was I needed to get, remember those boxes that used to shoot suicide bullets? I wanted them in the game, and I wanted them to be aimed bullets, but probably not this fast. Hey, look at that. If you played the game, you probably recognize this. So I'm messing around with bullet speeds. I'm messing around with making sure that these are fun to dodge, and all they are is aim the bullets. Throw some other boxes around there so you can't hit them easily, just like create a little bit of mayhem. This is what happens when you don't have a timer. On your shot. It's like 60 frames per second enemy shot. It's actually not that bad. It's actually kind of fun. But, obviously this didn't make it to the game. This was just a glitch. There's a glitch. The best thing about shmup deving is when you dodge your glitches. When you're having fun dodging your glitches. But just keep in mind, just because you're having fun dodging your glitches doesn't mean that it's going to be fun in the real game. All right. So, in order to address the feedback that you could just be at the top of the screen, I implemented all the aim shots, and that enemy that I showed you earlier, which was the main boss, turned into a mid-boss. And I wanted it to have... So this is really important. There's like a lot going on here. So, when you have the cross shot, you can just sit there on the side, right? You don't have to move at all. So I wanted a mid-boss that could trap you from the sides, so you can't just use your cross shot. Because without those side shots, dude, you would just sit on the side, just go up and down. But then you have a different issue, because you put shots on the side, now you just sit in the middle. So what do you do to solve that? So that's why I created the aim shots that are coming at you. Also, this is a funny test because nowhere in the game is there 3 skull wings, but initially I did have 3 skull wings. I just didn't like having 3. But basically, the idea of this enemy is trap you so you can't use your cross shot, make it a little bit too dangerous for you to roll up, but make those shots aimed so they're predictable. You should recognize this if you played the game. The game is becoming into a game now. Like, it's changing, you know? It's changing from before quite a lot. So you see that strat right there? This is me kind of like, almost like tutorializing it for myself. How are you supposed to fight a Skullwing? Well, you should be able to roll up. Actually, every enemy in this game, you should be able to roll up and use your cross shot like 90% of the time. If not, it's a fault on my design. If not, it's a fault on my design. So, you know, I am like basically speed killing this enemy, but the idea is that like you shouldn't be so scared that you can't go up and use your cross shot. I mean, it's spooky. It's spooky being up there. It's spooky being up there, but that's why you have EX shot. That's why you have danger. Multiple skull wings. You know, this is in the game. This is in the game, but I was testing it. So basically, you know, on day 14, I started to change the skull wings. I started to add aimed bullets. I basically added aimed bullets to the game. This entire day I spent adding tons of aimed bullets. Before the first face, I'm dodging those for what feels like a minute without shooting. Yeah, we're going to get there in a second too. That's day 14. Now the days are getting a little bit shorter. See, I still felt like there was some visibility issues, so I started to mess around with it, but this is where you have to trust your instincts, dude. I changed all this stuff back. And I started to add the stickers. See the stickers? I went back to the stickers, and I was like, and I started to make the bullets flash like NMK, and I was like, And then, you know, the problem here was not the bullets. The problem here is that the boxes are brown, and the brown is too close to the red and the pink. You know? So I made them back to, oh, is this the end? Should be going. There we go. So I made them back to this kind of like gray, and I kept going. I reverted everything back. I tried a thing. It didn't seem to work. I reverted everything back, and I kept going. The bat shot's actually really interesting, the bats that shoot. That I designed that shot in a specific way. So, like, shmups are kind of like rhythm games in a way that you're just supposed to kind of like go through the gap. And I designed the bats basically very simple shot, but very annoying to dodge. And it's just like these little cross shots that keep crossing over each other, right? So because the vertical speed of the shots is always the same, you know, the vertical speed of the shots is always exactly the same. It's the horizontal part that changes. So the shot, like, even if a shot's next to it, even if it's going horizontal, it's going to be in that same line of bullets. It might be a little bit off because I added a little bit of RNG to it. You can see some bats float a little above each other and some bats float below each other. That's actually in the game. Nice. Windows Photos is literally crashing. That's hilarious. But basically, you know, that pattern is like very intentionally designed to just go through these little gaps. But you have to pay attention. You have to pay attention. I added, finally, and I wanted initially this enemy to be a 5-part enemy, but I could not figure out how to do like multi-part code. Like, it was getting really annoying. So I finally added those mirrors. I turned them into straight bullets, and the whole sprite is a bullet. And I designed this shot and this enemy. This enemy to me is known as the Big Wing. This is the Big Wing. That was the Skull Wing. I believe this is the Big Wing, and then you have the big heads. But yeah, I wanted an enemy that could track the player. Notice this enemy tracks the player. There's like AI. You know? I don't know. There's rudimentary AI here. Like, this enemy doesn't just go about its path. I don't have that many enemies in my game. I have some aimed boxes. I have a box. I have this guy who follows you around. And I have the Skull Wing who just sits there and shoots at you from a distance. Well, then I have a couple more. But, like, I really don't have that many different... I just wanted an enemy that could follow you around and pressure you. But you should be able to dodge in between both the vertical height and in between the two sets of bullets. So even if you're fighting this guy, you should have plenty of options to get out of dodge if you need to, even if you don't have the EX. So that was kind of how this enemy was designed, and that was the end of that day. So I designed a new enemy on day 15. Day 16. Okay. Need more power. Yeah, messing around with that. Hold on a second. Yep. This is so as you can see, like, after a while, that big spray shot didn't end up staying in the game. So I really wanted to put it back in the game, but I wanted it to be like a you know, like a halfway through you get powered up and then you get the cool shot. This is the original Big Head. I'm messing around with like actual Danmaku patterns now. I didn't want my game to be fully Danmaku patterned, but you know, oh, EX rate? What do you mean by rate exactly? Let me know what you mean by rate exactly. But this is the this is like me messing around. This is how I started designing the big heads. So this, you might recognize this pattern. If you're in chat and you played this game, you might recognize this pattern because I didn't end up using it for these guys, but then I did kind of end up using it for these guys. Ah, the rate you gain EX. I adjusted that to the very end of the day, like the last build, like the last day before release is when I adjusted that. So that was like, I kept adjusting that throughout Borderline. I kept tweaking medals and EX rates constantly based on the level that I was making. Yep, you might recognize this pattern. So this guy technically doesn't have this pattern, technically, if you play the game. This is the pattern that I designed for this dude. And at first I was like, I want to force players to go around the world. And then Chinop said something interesting, because you can actually cut through this pattern. Chinop said something interesting. He's like, well, players aren't going to go around the world unless it's their very last option, last resort. So, you know, but I wanted the pattern to be one you can do that with. That was the kind of purpose of this pattern. I always liked that when games force you to do that. You know, of course, later, if you decide you want to score this game, you might find yourself doing this, but, you know. Oh, look at me. This is me. That was me testing the fact that you can actually cut through. You can cut through on this pattern. If you want to be a daredevil, you can cut through. Like, look at me cutting through. 1, 2, 3. Like, you can cut through if you want. Like, you can get sus dodgy if you really want to. There's gaps in there. You know, it's not a full wall, but that was kind of the purpose there. And then this is the juice gif. This is me, you know, this is me getting all Lizzo with it. You know what I'm saying? So I was trying to see, like, if you have multiple ones of these on screen, you know what's funny? It's actually really easy, because look how fast I'm getting EX to Borderline, to your point. Like, I'm just getting EX like crazy. So all you have to do is just keep mashing EX. The more enemies there are in my game, the easier the game can become. That's a careful balance. Like, that dictated the entirety of the level design going forward, because if you get too much EX, it breaks the game and you don't have to play at all. You have to play at all. So, but juicy cancels. Juicy cancels feel good, yo. So you got to be careful, you know? You got to be careful. So now I've got bats. I've got these two guys. I've got, yeah, that's a new enemy. So this guy is it's just a box. It's just a box. It uses the same code as a box. It just doesn't look like a box. It looks like a little green diamond, and it's a very simple aimed bullet spawner. Very simple. All it does is shoot an aimed bullet at you. That's all it do. It do nothing else. The easier the game can become. Yes, I know. Yes, facts. But yeah, you know, another thing I'm messing around with at this point is I don't want the game to be wave-based, so I'm tightening everything up. I'm tightening all the waves up. I want things to come in like one after another immediately. So you see in this GIF, you can see like boom, 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 enemy, aim spawners, right? So the tail end of the game was tighter than the front end of the game because I was working on it later when I was really trying to make sure that, you know, you could handle the heat. So that's day 16. Oh man, we're getting towards the end here. All right, a little spoiler here. Sorry. The initial idea for the boss was always force the players to use the cross guns. How you gonna do that, bro? How you gonna do that? Well, I am gonna create an AI that has these barriers that block your front shot. That's blocked your front shot. So to force you to use the cross shot. This is actually easier said than done and very, very annoying because I didn't think this was very fun. And also, like, it's hard, like, because, you know, later in the game when this boss actually appears, you have the angle shots, those don't get blocked very well. So I really had to play around with this a lot. That's like all I did that day. Day 17, nothing. Just boss. Just boss. That's it. That was day 17. Day 18, just boss. Just boss. And patterns and increasing the bullets. So I released the game and people were beating the boss way too easily. Way too easily. So I jacked up the bullet density to see if that would make it more fun. And to be honest, it didn't. It didn't. Don't make your games hard just to be hard. Like, it still has to be fun. It still has to make sense. It still has to feel good. Just because I can get through this doesn't make this fun. I could get through this, no problem. But it's not fun to dodge anymore. It's just annoying. It's too hard to get up there, or it's too easy to get up there. It's not spooky. It's not spooky. It's just annoying. This is me explaining to people how to fight the big heads. Use your cross guns. I'm forcing you to use your cross guns as a player. If you don't use them, you'll find the game to be really hard. And I'm sorry, but it's just how it's going to be. More bullet density stuff. More bullet density stuff. This is not. I don't believe that this is where we ended up with this. This is too dense. This is too dense. Yeah, the barriers are wonked. I think this is when I fixed them, actually, Borderline. This might be the fixed barriers. Where they're fixed so they actually block the side shots well enough. Because otherwise you could just sit down at the bottom. Also notice here, like, I don't know when I did this, but I was implementing all kinds of things at the end of the game. One of the things I implemented sometime in the middle of the game was during repair, how the bullets, repair and danger, this kind of illustrates that. So before, when you were in repair and danger, the bullets wouldn't disappear, but now when you get repaired or you do danger, the bullets disappear, which is really important because it gives the player a chance to like recollect themselves, you know? Especially for my game. That might not be the same for all games. And then day 19. This is the last game. This is last week. This is when my game got released. Like, I'm messing around with the intro. I am tuning things. The skull wings. Yeah, so these skull wings started getting annoyed. People were getting frustrated with the skull wings because when they were 1 pixel on the screen, they shoot. They immediately shoot. And I was like, you know what? That is shitty. That is shitty. Even though, for me, it is no problem. But it's shitty. Like, as a dev, you have to listen to the stuff that just feels shitty. So I made it so these guys pause. They come on screen, they chill for a bit, then they start shooting the aim shots. Yeah, see that? See when they come on screen? They're not shooting at first. They kind of like pause for a second before they shoot. That's in the game, of course. I think this is just promotional for the game. I'm pretty sure this is the intro to the game if you look on itch. One of the things I did at the very end, obviously, is add a bunch of sound effects. Yes, that's right. I changed the name. We'll get there. Yeah, so, the intro is way faster now. Way, way faster because people are getting really annoyed that the intro took too long. But I didn't implement any quick restarts or anything. I just made the intro faster. But I changed the name of the game, which is a long time coming. I never liked Crossfire. And the Summer Carnival 22 is a homage to Summer Carnival 92, Rekka, which is one of my favorite games. And, the idea of this Summer Carnival, man, it's Caravan Carnival. You come in, you play a very short shmup, you try to get a high score, you move on with your life. That's kind of what the game's supposed to evoke. And I think that was kind of a bold decision, actually. I wasn't sure if the game would live up to that, to be perfectly honest, because Summer Carnival games are like some of the best shooters made, ever made. So, yeah, I changed the game. I rebranded the thing. I put a bunch of music in it. Speaking of which, all right, this is the Pico 8. This is the dev environment. I wanted to quickly go through, because I did this throughout development, but there's not like a natural point to talk about, so I just wanted to quickly go through everything really quick. You guys hear that? I'm sure you can. So at the very end, on the very last day, I did a ton of sound effects tuning. I made musics I made music use channel 1, but then for the boss music, I made it use 2 channels for the sound effects. I changed all the volumes. I changed this main player shot to be more dampened, less sharp, so it would settle underneath the mix because it was taking over everything. I made sure that the medals were audible because the medals, you really want to hear them, you know, when you're getting them. So I changed that. I made the medals more audible. I added, so let's see. That's the shot. That's the EX wave. That didn't change. This is a looping sound effect. So you see that it starts and then it loops. This is the EX alarm. Hey, you have EX. Please blow EX. Use it. Important, you know, like I said before, use your visuals, use your sound, use all the things that you have to alert your player that they have options, you know? This is medals. I made this sharper. I made this sharper and shorter because when you get medals, you get 100. And so, like, it should sound like, you know? This is just a regular enemy dying. Nothing to it. Nothing to it. This is really important. I think that this is more important than anything else. This is the sound that it makes when you hit something and it's a registered hit. So you'll notice, like, pre-Call of Duty Modern Warfare, I think, there was never feedback in games of you, like in first-person shooters, of you hitting your opponent. Because, like, you would just shoot, and then it would say, I am borderline killed Aktane. You go, oh, great, I killed him. But Call of Duty did this thing super smart where you get this little click when you hit somebody. It's like, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like a bullet going through a bulletproof vest. And that's super important. It's like extremely important because that lets you know you're doing damage. And it's like almost like in your game, you start, like in your brain, you start to like go like, it starts to become a part of your like subconscious thinking. When you hear that sound, you're hitting something. When you don't hear that sound, you're not hitting anything. You're not hitting anything. Very important. This is you getting hit. Aw, shit. You know, this is, oh, you're in danger. This is kind of important. This is you dying, full game over. However, the very end of it are the same notes that are in the game over music. So it blends from you dying into the game over music, and it doesn't feel unnatural when it, like, you hear the dying and then you hear the game over music. It almost feels like it's the start of the game over song. It almost feels like it's the start of the game over song. This is the power up. Or sorry, no. This is the repair. I'm sorry. This is the repair. This is power up. I kind of like this one. That's pretty tight. What I'm doing is I'm actually paying a lot of attention to the volume. And the reason you have to pay attention to the volume in sound effects is because high-pitched sounds are louder than low-pitched sounds. So at same volume, if you have very big pitches, the high-pitched sound, you're going to hear it way louder than the low-pitched sound. That's just how wavelengths work, right? And how like your brain registers sound. So you have to be careful when mixing some of these things. All right, now we're going to get into music. Oh yeah, this is a song never made into the game. Or well, a track. This is a track that never made it into the game. Unreleased. Bonus B-side. It's just a melody. I don't like it. It's very Halloween. I mean, I don't hate it. But I don't like it. So it never made it into the game. But this did. This is the intro to the game. So it's just the intro, right? Then you mix it up with then you have and listen, look, these are single sequence songs. Bass drum, kick drum and bass synth, and that's it. There's not a second track. It's a single sequence. But here's like the main song, you know. I'll just let it rock so y'all can hear it, but it's just a loop. Look at the volumes. Oh yeah, right? There's this interlude. So you know how I said like high frequencies are like really loud? Look at the volume on the high frequencies. Look at the volume all the way down here. But you don't hear that, right? You hear the squeaks, right? And it sounds natural. And this is the second movement. It's a similar movement. It's just a second movement of the same song. These are one tracks, dude. It's a one-track song. How do I go back to this? Oh, I forget. There we go. Yeah, just do some cuts in there, you know? A little breakdown with some cuts. Simple, super duper simple. One track. You don't have to spend a lot of time on this stuff, guys. Just keep it simple. All right. Next song, I suppose. So this is the power-up song, of course. No, main song is one channel. One channel. Dude, I love this jam. This is one of my jams. Simple, super simple. And then what I do is I throw that first motif in there too, just for the hell of it. So you're like, oh, I'm still playing CrossGunr. This part right here. All right. Whoa, not yet. No, yeah. This should be it. Yep. This is the only 2-track song in the game. This is the boss theme. I figured, look, when you're fighting a boss, you don't need more sound effects. Like you're at the end. Like I can take up sound effects room. I can take up 2 channels. Fuck it. Like, so I'm gonna make the boss theme loud. I'm gonna make it 2 tracks, and it's gonna be just like hair on fire. Like, so this is it's a very unsettling loop. It doesn't ever really resolve. I guess it's all sharps. I didn't even realize I did that, by the way. My bad. It looks like it's probably like C# minor or something, but like. So to get that effect, the like arpeggio effect, these the volumes is very important to get the effect. Like, watch. I'm gonna break CrossGunr. I'm gonna break CrossGunr. Sorry, hold on, wait, wrong one. There we go. Okay, this is the track melody, if I remember correctly. Wait, let me find it. There it is. Okay. There it is. This is the second track, right? So if you make all these volumes the same, it doesn't quite sound very nice. You hear this? Do you hear this? Do you hear how ass this sounds? Like, let's listen to the song that way. It's okay. It's okay. It's not blowing my mind though, right? It's not blowing your. I hope it's not blowing your mind. Now check. Now listen to this. I'm gonna Control Z a little bit. Now listen to this. All I did was change the volume. All I did was change the volume on very specific beats. It gives this like, it's so different, dude. It changes the whole game. It changes the whole game. It changes the whole game. And then, of course, honestly, my favorite song on the soundtrack is this jam right here. Where is it? Where is it? 31. Okay. My bad. Forget where things are still. Another one-track joint. Wow, that was a shitty loop. Let's try that again. There we go. Simple. Another one-tracker. Looks like I added some buzz to that one. Yeah, that's pretty sick, actually. You hear the difference? This sounds okay. Sounds okay. But... yeah. Uh-huh. That's what I'm feeling right there. I also added reverb to a bunch of tracks and took it all off. I didn't like it. I thought it didn't sound good in the context of the game. And like, real talk, I made the one song everybody had heard, I made like halfway through the game's dev, and then every other song, the game over theme, the boss theme, and the power up theme, I all made the day of release. So I was just in the zone. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just saying, like, I was like in the zone. I was like, oh, okay, I get the music. I'm like, I can like see it, I can feel it, and I just like went through and did it. And that is sort of like my dev diary, guys. That's it. That's CrossGunr. I mean, there's other stuff. I mean, you know, like there's some balancing. Like there's gameplay mechanics we should talk about. You know, I guess I'll just say, like, at a high level, it's supposed to be a Caravan shmup, which means you're supposed to play it over and over again. It's supposed to be short. I think it ended up being about 3 minutes long. I think I targeted 90 seconds and we ended up at 3 minutes. I think at one point it was 4 minutes, and I didn't remove anything. I just squished everything into like a you know, like a more dense. I just densified everything, but I didn't like remove anything. And then it ended up being 3 minutes. It's supposed to be a Caravan shmup. And the way I designed the game, it does include milking. It's something that like is kind of controversial. If you want to get high score, you should probably let a lot of bullets roll up onto the screen, which means don't kill everything immediately. And I don't really typically like milking. So what the hell? Why is it in my game? You know? Well, I designed milking in such a way that in order to get the tool to milk things, which is the EX wave, you have to hurt stuff. And if you hurt stuff, you'll eventually kill stuff. Right? So there's no reason for boss timers. A lot of games have boss timers to prevent infinite milking. I don't need that. I don't need that in my game. I just made the game in such a way that that the boss timer is unnecessary, because all you have to do is make milking tied to hurting the boss. It's that simple. Why do you need boss timers? Just make it so the things that you do to milk hurt the boss. It's natural. It's organic. So the way the game works is survival should be pretty chill. I mean, it might take you a few times. You definitely have to use your EX wave. You might even end up getting a very high score your first time playing, because you've let so many bullets onto the screen that when you pop your EX, you get a ton of points. And then when you start getting better, you almost might find your score decreasing. And we're going to talk about some low scoring runs too here in a bit when we do the leaderboards, which is going to be in just a moment. But that's because you're killing stuff faster and less bullets are on the screen. But I wanted to make the survival simple and the scoring maybe a little bit more complex. And I wanted to make it so it's like I can't get the top score day one because somebody better than me borderline alter. Everybody on leaderboard who's way better than me in my own game are going to be able to let more bullets on the screen. They're going to be able to figure out better ways to get those medals up. I changed the metal chaining at the very end. Last day, I changed the metal chaining. So if you're shooting things, you keep your metal chain, but it can't like upgrade you to the next metal type or bring you back down. It can only just like freeze it. So ideally, shooting things is good. You'll stay within the gold medal range, but ultimately what has happened in the meta of the game is that, you know, because there's so many bullets in the game, the metal chaining and like keeping the metal chain didn't end up being super important. It's more important just to flood the screen with bullets and just go straight for the gold medal. So that is what it is, and that's what happens. You know, you put your games out. Once you put your art out, it's no longer yours. Never forget that, right? Once you put your art out, it's no longer yours. It's just not. Now it's everybody's. Am I a musician by trade? No, I wish I was, though. No, I'm just an amateur. Okay, there we go. Now we're back. Now we're fully back. All right. Jerem's playing on Steam Deck. That's insane. That's so wild that my game is actually being played on a Steam Deck. That is mind-blowing. All right, let's dive into it. So this is a 12,000 run by a buddy of mine. This is his first clear, I'm pretty sure, or close to it. I think since then he's been able to get him to the 13,000s, but let's have a look. All right, using the side gun's pretty good. First enemies get dispatched, easy, no problem. Definitely just sweeping back and forth, yep, chilling. First EX, good amount of bullets. All right, probably could have gotten more bullets out there from a scoring perspective. Whoa, that was really close, holy shit. He almost got iced right there. He was like right there. Oh my God, and again. Terrifying. All right, now not really using the cross guns here, just a straight gun, but okay, got up there, cool. This wave of bats, dude, yeah, nice. Oh man, oh, no EX there, saving it. Okay, saving it for the Skull Wing, I guess. Oh, okay, disables the Skull Wing's wings with the EX, nice. Suicide boxes, love these little guys. Leaves a couple standing. Pretty big EX there. Using the cross guns really good here. Getting up and close and personal, really nice. Good stuff. Another, dude, just annihilates the, oh, gets point blanked. Oh God, thank God I had a bullet cancel there. There was another bullet coming for him. At the very end of the game, like right before I released it, I made it so the power-up, oh God, shot right in the face right there. I made it so the power-up itself does repair you so you don't have to get another repair. That was broken until the very last day of the game's release. All right, nice. Using the side cross guns now. Big cancel. Okay, using the cross guns, yep. Big yep, this is an easy, chill way to do dude, this is so perfect. Clean run. Oh, dead. Will he save it? Will he save it? All right, saving it here. All right, now this is where you gotta fight the skull. Oh man, this is the deadly, the Three Musketeers right here, dude. Oh my God! What was that? Did you see that? Holy shit! Dude, he just cheating the game! He's not even playing! He's not even playing! Dude, I recommend everybody watch this video for a survival clear. Look at this. This is survival genius. You guys never saw this phase in the other video because I added it on the last day. On the last day of the game, I added that phase. I added this explosion. I added those wings. I added this music. Wow, great run. That was a fun run. That was a fun run. Exciting. And also the ending was crazy. Yeah, people should watch that one for a survival clear. Next up, Chinopolis, of course. Of course. Oh, he's point blank. Dude, he's killing the turrets before they start. He's sitting at the top of the screen. My man is up. That's how you use the cross guns. For survival, I can't think of a better way. Wow, kills all the spawners in one clean. Oh, now he's taking it tower by tower. Wow, nice. Very smooth. Of course, Chinopolis being an actual gamer, he's gaming. He's gaming. The cleanest of runs. Using the cross guns really well right there to basically stay out of trouble and then jump into trouble once he had EX. That's totally intentional. Okay, now, okay. He feels spooked out. He's spooked out by the Skull Wing. When I told him the game was easy and he would be able to clear it very quickly, he said, and I quote, "Not that easy. Not that easy." Here come the double skull wings. Oh my god, what's he doing? With the bats. Oh, the bats. Why? What cruel developer would put the bats there? Who would do such a thing? That man's wanted by international law. Very calm play though. Okay. Now he's starting to do it a little bit. Full power time. Massive gold chain right there. I call this the triple tower, by the way. This is during development. This was known as the triple tower. That was known as the minefield. Ah! Dude, he's sussing. Is he gonna go around? No, okay. Quick kill there. Okay, now 3 musketeers. Okay, Skullwing's not down yet. Okay, the big head's down. Dang, he's doing it the same way as Manji did it right there. Just sitting right in front. Wow, interesting. That is not how I play at all. Fascinating. All right, here comes the pattern. Stupid barriers. Oh, it gets hit. Oh no. When you get hit, your metal chain goes all the way back down to bronze. So you kind of don't want to get hit. I mean, unless you want to rebuild that chain. See, it's gold right now. It's kind of staying up there. There it goes. It's back to gold now. It's kind of hard to see when you're playing. So you just sort of, now he's cheating. Now he's like shooting it from the bottom, from the right side a little bit, sneaking some shots in. And final pattern. Oh God. Final pattern. That pattern sucks, kind of. I mean, it rocks, but you know. Yeah, very differently. Shmup is a professional survivor. Great run. 13-4, not bad. Next up, we have Rolling Crow. Rolling Crow has since gotten much better than this, and actually, I think he's like number 5 on the leaderboard or something like that. He's oh shit. Accidental full screen, my bad. Oh, I'm restarting it. Rolling Crow is like, he's got a better score than this. This just happens to be the video that I have from the dude, so. Wow, very sus with the bullets there. One thing you'll notice is that my game does not have normalized diagonals. They are non-normalized. So that means that when you go diagonally, you are slightly faster than if you go normally. That is intentional because my bullet speeds are pretty much exactly the same speed as my ship. So you can outrun bullets, kinda. But what you can't, but you know, what that would contribute fuel-wise is that if you had normalized diagonals, you'd only have to run into a bullet you were outrunning. But if you have non-normalized diagonals, you can actually like outrun a bullet and then get out of the way. But just reminded me of that when he was kind of following that bullet a little bit. I don't, you know, I won't let you catch up to a bullet. I don't think that that's very fun, but you know, you can definitely run away from them. Wow. Oh, big milk here. Oh, nice. And on silver, so that's going to get him up to gold. Pretty good, pretty good. It's so funny how the beginning of the game really doesn't have nice repair. The repairs, of course, keep coming if you miss them, so you don't have to worry about that. You know, we don't want to make the game a nightmare. It's got to be fun. Wow. Interesting. This would be him not trying. Oh, okay. So what's happening here is he's doing exactly what I need people to do. He's trying to fill the EX bar without killing the thing so that more bullets are on screen. But I don't think he's going to be able to do it in this case. Yeah, so the bar is not full, but he could have gotten some more. Early EX here, fascinating. Oh, he builds another bar really fast. Okay, he's trying to rebuild the metal chain really fast. I got it. He's just trying to get up to gold so he can be gold for this section. Probably a little early on that pop, I think. Oh, look at all the gold medals! He's taking him out the spawner right there. Nice. See, yep. Because you don't want to kill him. You don't want to go over the amount of bullets that it takes to get EX because you want them to stay alive. So you can get more bullets, so you can get more cancels. But that makes sense. Oh, nice repair there. Oh, shoot. Oh man, just playing with fire. Just at this point, like it's like, oh, he's not even repairing. Oh, the repair goes by. Oh no. Okay, picks up the next one. Whatever. All good. Ah. Dicey. Nice. Good EX there. Okay, now to the second to last pattern. The barriers. Gotta get up there. Gotta get up there. Come on, get up there. Okay, there we go. He's just trying to get just enough. Just enough. I always wondered here if it benefited you, like, see, like the metal chain is dropping, it dropped to silver. I guess it doesn't matter that much, because it's gonna go from silver to gold, but if those metals were gold, it would give you more points technically. Very nice. Very careful here, just like trying to get that EX, but trying not to kill that, or he's dodging, and I can't tell which. Oh yeah, this is where the pattern gets really chill. Oh, final pattern. Oh god. Oh god. Ah. Oh, that bullet was coming right for him. Nice. 14,000. Very good. Very good. This is the first run. This is by the Void here now. This is the first run I ever saw that was a no miss. Void, known for playing extremely well, really good bullet hell player. I have not seen this run. So let's have a look at this. This is a no miss. So that means that no danger. And you know, I don't put any bonuses in my game for like not missing and stuff like that, because I don't really want that. Looks like he's still trying to score a little bit, or maybe that was for survival, I'm not sure. I have another run from the Void, which we're gonna look at later. Also that slowdown, that Pico 8 natural slowdown right there from the particles. Playing super clean, not getting hit at all. Okay, this is a pretty tricky section. Yep, definitely, right there. Using the EX to get out of dodge. Oh, chill. Oh my god, just dismantling. Oh wow, okay, good usage of EX there. Very crunchy explosion. It's like, these are aimed. I don't have to go very far to escape them. Good survival EX there. That's the thing, even if you just play for survival and you're no missing, this is a no miss run, right? It's gonna end up getting more points than Chinop's run. Even though he's like, you know, he's still kind of, oh my god, look at the dodging. Look at the dodging. He's just having fun. Like, now just a wing is left, man. I tried to make it really hard to shoot just the middle and not the wing, but that's awesome. I love it. I love it. Dude, it's really awesome, man. It's really great feeling. And that's not even just me, that's just people who are on the like junkie Discord and stuff, who are just like kind and played my game and kept playing it and kept pushing it. I mean, I don't know. There's really nothing to describe that. It's really crazy. It's really surreal. Yeah, so you might notice that right there the metals floated a little bit. That's because whenever you're in EX, metals float, and as soon as EX is over, they suck into the ship. No miss. This is looking no miss. I'm actually really curious at the very end. Let's see what happens. But have you noticed how like Chinop and Void and stuff, they're not really doing optimal survival strats compared to the low scoring players. Like the low scoring players are just like boom, 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 EX, EX, EX. Like Void is dodging. He's dodging a lot. Maybe he's dodging for fun, not sure. Let's see. Here's the evil brain, the evil alien brain. Oh, almost messed up his no miss right there. That was actually really sus. Oh, I bet this took him a couple tries. That was a little sus. Oh God. Jeez. Amazing dodging clinic shown by the Void right there. Oh, this pattern sucks. Okay. Oh yeah, you're just, yeah. Yeah, you can do that. You can do that. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. I didn't want my game to be hard, you know? That was never a goal. The goal was fun. Good stuff. Good stuff. No miss. First no miss I've seen of the game. Yeah, dude, the dodging was sick right there. Extremely sick. This marks kind of a change, this next video, in scoring. Notice the score here is going to be, well, you know, I'll just play it. Why don't we just watch it? Why don't we just watch it? And we'll see what happens. Whoa, like, just like chilling. Like, hey, video game, you gonna keep playing? Wow. This is Alter. Alter might be in chat, might not be in chat, but was in chat earlier. Really? Okay. Really waiting right there for both, that's actually intentional, for both pillars to be firing in. That was like that's like how I play that section a little bit. At least when I was testing the game. Okay, now look what he's doing. He's getting EX, and he's gonna wait. Oh yeah, wait for the optimal time to pop. Full milk right there. Oh, beautiful. Look at the dodging. Look at the dodging. Alter, please. Mind-blowing. Not wasting a single bullet. He's got full EX now. So basically, when you get full EX, you have to just kind of chill, you know? But you still have to generate bullets. So maybe shooting some of the suicide boxes, suicide bullet boxes is a good idea. But basically letting things live here. Okay, he's got full EX. Okay, I think he's gonna pop here. Yeah, okay, nice. Good pop here. But the Skullwings are both fully alive. Okay, now he's just trying to get the EX bar built. He's got the full EX bar built now. And now he's gonna relax. He's not gonna kill anything because he is waiting for the juiciest of juices. His metal chain is dropping, it's now bronze, but this changed the whole meta of the scoring. What? I'm sorry, what? I thought you were supposed to kill those guys and then get powered up. Oh, you can leave them on screen if you want. I mean, if you're daring enough. So he literally has full EX and these bullets on screen going into the next section of the game. So he's left this enemy alive from the first half of the game, basically. And it's getting very, very juicy now. Oh. They're still alive. They're still alive, the Skullwings. They have a lot of health. They can be kept alive. Now he's just, oh, he got hit. Now he's just in juice mode. He's just in juice mode. Look at the score. At the first sun, we're getting that 6,400 now. Pretty good. He's got EX. So what's he doing now? Wait a minute. Didn't I say that I wanted players to go around the world and then there was no way to force them to do that? Well, here's one way to force them to do that. Scoring. Oh, huge. Probably could have gotten a little closer on that one because the closer you are, the more... dang. Look at the score. 85. Oh, look at the man. Now looking at 90. 800. Popping the 10,000 here early. Chilling. Using EX. Probably could have waited a little bit for that one too. Nice. Very good. EX doesn't actually hurt. It hurts all enemies, but it doesn't actually hurt these big guys. So you can safely use it to milk the points that you're supposed to milk. 13,000 already, and he's not even at the boss yet, technically. The TLB. There we go. TLB time. What's the TLB strat? Okay, left corner. Very chill. Okay, the bullets are coming for him now. Okay. Oh, he's got to back off. Oh, sussing! Oh, ha! Ooh! All right, getting hurt a little bit for the sus. Good milk there. Oh my God! He could have died. Probably want to be closer to the middle for that one. Ooh! Probably should have stopped shooting there too. But one of the first pioneers of the strat to leave the sun guy, the big head, alive until the very end of the game and leave the Skullwings alive. Just amazing. Amazing stuff there. Scoush here, putting in a 15,000. Let's have a look. Okay, Scoush with no audio. That's cool. No, I'm just kidding. It's just really quiet. It's all good. Let's see how you do, Scoush. Got some hitches there. Hopefully Pico 8's still working well on his machine. I know it has some troubles with certain machines. Got hit early on this run. Good repair though. Juicing him up. Chilling. This is a 16,100 run. So this is basically as good as Alter's run. So I want to see if he does the same thing. Does he let the big... Oh, jeez! Nice. All right. Yep. He's letting this dude live. I shall let you live until it's profitable for me. The big question is, are bullets your friends or your enemies? He's letting the first Skullwing live, I guess? Yeah, everybody kind of does that. Anyways. Oh, wait, is this the one that has the fake out? Oh, this is the fake out. All right, we gotta go to the run. Is this the run? There's another fake out. There's a fake out in this video. All right, let's go again. That wasn't even the run. Damn it, Scoush. Scoush is trying to get minutes onto his YouTube. He's tricking us. Yep. Absolutely. Which is funny, Alter, because like I've had this discussion with people that like auto fire and holding the button down and like shooting and not shooting and all that kind of stuff. And people like always get me wrong. I'm like, they're like, oh well, you have to. Dang, Scoush, how many times are you gonna fake me out, bro? 2 fake outs? I don't remember the second fake out. But yeah, like I have this discussion with people around like holding the button down and having auto fire and enabling a toggle fire. And to that I say, like, of course you might want to like withhold fire for scoring purposes, but for survival purposes, I don't think that you should make a game where you have to withhold fire for survival purposes. I think in your game, if you're holding down fire, that should be the fastest course survival-wise. If you just want to blow stuff up, like there shouldn't be a reason to stop shooting because it's going to benefit you from a survival standpoint because you have to aim some certain shot or you have to make some kind of very specific thing. Like, I don't like that so much, but I don't have any problem with like withholding shooting if you want to do this kind of stuff. Like, this is at your own accord, you know? But, Scouse is apologizing in chat. Yeah, this is a good run already. Woo! Ah! Dude, that bullet was on the hitbox, man. You got lucky. I don't know what happened there. Those hitboxes do work. I have tested them. That might have been a Pico 8. Oh, man, that bullet was right on that hitbox. Yeah, Toggle's great. Toggle's awesome. I wish I could put Toggle in my game, honestly, but Pico 8, it's like, I only have so many controls, and I'd have to build a menu around it, and there's like, I'm out of tokens. I ran out of tokens constantly when I was developing. I had to refactor my code like 6 times. Like, I ran out of tokens, so I have the screenshots to prove it. I ran out of tokens so many times. Here it is. We're calling this the Alter strat. Alter big head strat. Or what's it called? What do you call it? Big head lead, sun guy leading? Sun leading? Sun leading. That's what it was. Sun leading. I am borderline invented the term for it. Oh, he's gonna let the suicide bullets go. Oh, full double sun leading? Now he's in danger. The juiciest of juice. Holy moly. Holy moly. So much juice. Oh, nice clean middle spot right there. Very good, very good, very good. Yep, good stuff. I mean, I knew that people would do this, but I didn't know to what extent they would do it. And to what extent they'd be able to control the damage, which is the really hardest part of this. Is to be able to control what's getting hit and not kill things when you don't want to kill things. It's really difficult. This is like a very high level play. Like, we're getting into, to me, we're getting into, this is now like, for my game, this is super player territory, basically. Like, this is, you know, you're doing strats that are maximizing so much stuff. Hey, never say you didn't have to dodge. Do you have to dodge the entire time on my game? Probably not, but you gotta dodge. You gotta dodge. He's trying to keep that metal gold, you know? See, right there, he didn't lose a single, he didn't get hit. So he didn't lose a, no, you don't want that. Oh, points are on the table. Points are on the table. He probably could have gotten like 18 right there. Oh, dude, that first one would have been so many more points. Man, GG's. Just a few more. Wait, where'd it go? Oh my god, oh my god. Why is Toho playing? Hold on, I'm gonna start closing these as we're getting them done. This is Scoush. Alright. Klippa just put this up today. Klippa put this up today. He's like I think he's like number 4. I have not seen this run. Oh shit. Sorry. I went full screen. My bad. One more time. Klippa just put this up. Klippa, very well-known YouTuber, to me anyway, plays all kinds of indie games, plays all kinds of shmups, pretty talented scoring player, honestly. Very curious to see what he does with the game. Okay, first big burst here takes out the first set of aim shots. Okay, trying to keep that guy alive a little bit. Oh, ah. Wow, nice. That looked pretty optimal to me. Now remember, the EX does have like a range to it. Like if you're at a certain part of the screen, it won't reach the entire screen at all times, so. Oh, man. Wow. Wow, he got all the bats. Oh, no, he didn't. He's leaving one alive. Okay. I mean, technically, shooting everything is technically important to scoring because tick points exist. Even if you don't kill it, you will get tick points for shooting anything. Anytime your gun hits, you're going to get points. And then if you kill stuff, you're going to get points too. So I didn't want to make a game where you had to leave things alive and then not kill them. You gotta kill them. I mean, for optimal points anyway, you gotta kill them. Like eventually, eventually you gotta take them out. Nice, very nice. But he didn't leave them alive. Did you guys see that? He didn't leave those skullwings alive. So now what? How the heck did he get 16-5 without leaving the first set of skullwings alive? Interesting. Is that because it's not as important as this part? Wait a minute. Is he gonna kill it? Wait a minute. How is he getting such a high score? By he didn't sun lead. 0 sun leading on the strat. Huh? Just very optimal play at the end? Let's find out. He's just keeping his metal chain really high. You know what? He's playing very metal chainy. Dude, I think he's like 4th on the leaderboard, so like, I guess you don't have to sun lead? Wow. Dude, Klippa is a pretty good scoring player, so like, this is fascinating. This is really fascinating. Clean, clean, clean. Clean. Already at 14, almost at 15. Oh, that's how I play this guy, by the way. I sit at the bottom. I sit at the bottom because the angled shots hit him. Wow. Dude, he stayed gold throughout. Yeah. It's pretty intended to do that, but that is an excellent score. That was awesome. Now this is an interesting video. This is the Void lowest possible scoring clear. I have not seen this. I'm super excited. Let's see what this is like. Yep. This makes sense. This is what he did before the game was released. Hey, why didn't those boxes draw? That was weird. Why are boxes not getting drawn? I don't know what's happening. The game's like breaking under the code. I don't know why. I don't know why those boxes didn't get drawn. Man, hire this guy as a game tester. So, actually, I want to point out something. I want to point out something. I want to point out something really quick. Do you see what he did right there? Do you see this? How come that guy's not firing? He is, but he's sealed 5/6 of the enemy, like we talked about earlier. So 5 of the 6 shots aren't gonna fire because I don't want people to have unfair bullshit happen to them. So if you're smart enough or you know the game enough to go all the way up this close and fight from here, go for it. But yeah. Fascinating. I don't know why he stopped firing though. Probably because he might accidentally get too much score. This is insane. Okay, now he's in danger. Now he has to do something. Is he gonna EX? Oh, he's gonna get the repair? Nice, wow! Void is so good, dude. What is Void doing? No EX. Nice, gets the repair. The repairs aren't in the same place every time, by the way. Well, kind of not in the same place every time. That's a whole nother trade secret, but this is hilarious. What a crazy run. What is he doing? Void, what are you doing? He's not even playing. Man, some people are too good at shmups. Okay, he used an EX. Okay. Oh man. Yeah, the ceiling distance is not, it differs by enemy, but it's pretty reasonable. Nice. Pro strats. I think he's just shooting these guys for fun, but also for later because otherwise he's gonna end up, Oh my god. Dude, this is the craziest run. Holy crap. I'm guessing he had fun doing this. Man. Nice repair. I mean, pop the EX. You don't want to kill stuff, right? You don't want score. Oh, he's making sure he gets hit. He's making sure he gets hit so the metal chain drops. Like, I don't even think I can understand this dude's brain. Like, it's incredible. He's just making sure he gets hit every time before he pops it. Oh, right there, he tried to get hit again to change the metals back to bronze. Man, this is great. Wait, so is he gonna no EX the boss then? I think he will. Oh! Sussin. Hey, like I told you guys, that's valid. I did it. You guys saw in the dev diary portion of this stream. I made it so you could cut through there. Dude, Void is too good. My game does not reward his skill. It does not reward his skill. Oh my god. Holy crap. Yeah, it's super tracks. I mean, Void is incredibly good. He's just mind-blowingly good at shmups. That was so fun. I really have to thank him for that. I hope he gets this. I will clip it and send it to him. But jaw on floor. What the hell? You know, what the hell? Oh, it's okay, dude. This video is gonna be public, so you know you can reference it once I put it on YouTube here in a bit. Saving the best for last year. I am borderline playing the shit out of this game, and the dude has by far the biggest score on the leaderboard, and he put so much work in. He put so much work into my dumb little game to get this astonishing score. And just so you remember the leaderboards, like, there's quite a gap between Alter and Borderline and the rest of the world. Like, there's a big gap. Obviously, that Sun leading strat is a part of it, but 19s? I always thought 20,000 might be possible, but I didn't think it would be achievable in a couple days. Yeah, he's saying there in chat, it was 20 hours at least. So sit back and let's watch the king reign over the kingdom. I'm so excited. Let's do it. This is so rad. To me, this is like... Kills all boxes. Okay, easy. Dies there. Okay, alright. I'm guessing that was the fake out. Wait. Do we have, how many fake outs we got? 1, 2. It's okay, let's watch the fake outs. I'm down with the fake outs because it shows like, it's a little more of the story, right? It's a little more to the, like, hey, you know, sometimes you mess up. You get hit by a bullet. And you decide if you want to, and he's just like, no, not good enough. Not fucking good enough. Not good enough. All right, kills the boxes. Kills the bats early this time. I bet he's not even thinking about the bats right now. I bet he's thinking about like late game stuff. Leaves one box alive there, odd. No, not necessary though. Gets the EX, pops it early, gets rid of the danger. Oh, very sus in the corner, gets a second EX. Now he's at gold. Okay, third EX, still at gold. Sus right there in the middle. Should I tell you guys how those... Nah. I could tell you guys the AI of those enemies, but nah, it's fine. If you play the game, you probably figure it out. Big weight there, and then kills the second big wing right there. But that was a really optimal early. Now just holding on to it. Chilling. Will he pop it here? Yep, pops it here to get the suicide boxes. Oh, now it's getting very dicey. Oh, keeping the big wing alive there, kind of. The aimed shots from the skull wing still just like pressuring him. They're still there. 3 skull wings on stream. Oh my god. Oh my god. 3 skull wings. Mind blowing. Dude, optimal. Kept the 3rd skull wing. I've never seen, we thus far have not seen 3 skull wings hanging out. Now he's just like, whatever, man. These are aimed shots. These aren't gonna hit me. I do want to mention one thing. At the before the game was released, these guys would keep eventually going down, and I made it so they stay. Like I think like a day before the release. Now full power with 2 skull wings, full bats. Big, the juiciest of cancels, going from bronze straight to gold. Now it's sitting in gold. Juice again, 5,000. Juice again, probably, no, not 6, but close. Here's the big minefield. Triple tower down, minefield down. Big head, 6,000 at big head. Head leading. Over here, just like Sun leading. Oh yeah, but sorry. Borderline calls these the Suns, and you know what? Since he's the top scorer, now I'm gonna call him the Suns. All right, Sun leading. First Sun. Okay. Okay. All right, 2 Suns plus a skull wing plus a big head, or sorry, a big wing. Dude, just full Milku. Just getting so much EX. Like he's not accidentally, like, you know, he's just keeping the EX train going. Now at 13,000, hasn't even reached the boss yet. Wow, ridiculous. Okay, now we're at Prelude to the boss. Assistant to the regional manager. It's this guy. Oh, here comes the regional manager. Pretty common. No really big strats here on this guy. Use your cross guns. Do what you gotta do. Oh, the miss there. Probably could have had more. Probably could have gotten 20,000. Big cancel there. Hang on a second. How did he go to gold there? Wait. Oh, this became gold. Okay. Gotcha. This was gold. Then big cancel there. Just like well-timed perfectly. Like the lower you are and the more in the middle you are, you're gonna get more bullets kind of walking into the wave. Wow. Almost, dude. It would have been 20K if you didn't miss. Dang. What a run. What a run. It was all in the end. Like, it was all in this, it was all here. Like, I want to see this again, just this part. It was all here, though. Yeah, man, you had the 20, dude. You had the 20, dude. You had the 20. You had it. You had the 20. Damn. Wow. $16 here. It's crazy. It was all at the end. Oh, I know you'll get the 20 one day. Oh, you almost died there too. It's so crazy. Oh, man. Optimal. You almost had another EX too. Big GG's, my dude. Well, that is the end of this feature presentation, I guess. Thank you guys for playing the game. So fun. And yeah, I'll throw this up on YouTube and I'll put some chapters on it and stuff. And that's pretty much, you know, that's it. That's all we got. I'll keep deving. I'll probably make some stuff. I'll probably well, whatever. I don't want to reveal it. I won't reveal it. We'll let this game breathe for a little bit, but I appreciate everybody who played it. Yeah, right here on this screen, if you move your arrow keys around, the stars will move and you can get the fireball and stuff. It's funny. Yeah, man. I mean, I encourage everybody to go to the Lazy Devs Academy video on YouTube, the 29-part series. If you're even remotely interested in game development, and go over there and just follow the tutorial and just make the same shmup that Christian is making. Just follow him exactly, and you know, and And after that, see if it's something that interests you. But that's all I did. That's all I did, y'all. That's literally all I did. I did some work on my own, sure, but like, I'm not a dev. I don't know anything about the Pico 8 less than 30 days ago, So the tutorial is amazing. Have fun, do that. And thanks for playing the game, and thanks for hanging out. And get at me, tell me how you feel about it. Tell me you hate it. Tell me you love it. I don't care. I was expecting it to explode in terms of bug reports, but it hasn't yet. So send me your bug reports. And and that hot dog storm Kumite though. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's for damn sure what's up. But maybe I'll put the little. People were jamming to the music, so maybe I'll put like a little OST up on YouTube or up on Bandcamp or something. I don't know. It's like I don't feel like I deserve it. It's like hard. It's hard to put that stuff up, but I might. These are such simple songs. They're literally one track songs. But people are jamming to it, so why not give the people what they want always. So too many bullets to find the bug. Yeah, you can't see the bugs. They're hidden below the bullets. Yeah, I love it. Let's see who's out there to raid here.